It's Thursday morning and we're going to be taking Vayetse, Livvy and Jenny for a walk, an enrichment walk. I'm actually going to give you a little bit of insight into each character. Okay, and there are all the other lions going, hey, why aren't we going for a walk today? Fortunately, there's only so much time in a week, so we have a roster as to who goes walking, and we just continually rotate that to try and be fair. So we've arrived at where we're going to be releasing Vayetse, Livvy and Jenny out on the walk. They're very excited. So a lot of the time they're going to just wait to see what we do. Other times they will just go and do their own thing. Hello, my girl. Livvy is a 6.5-year-old lioness. I wouldn't say she's the biggest lioness I've ever worked with or seen, but she's really an incredible cat. I'd estimate her weight to be in the region of 165, maybe 170 kilograms. Her body length probably about 1.5 to 1.6 meters, and she is doing what Livvy loves to do, and that's to stalk me and jump on me. And Livvy has a pride mate, Jenny. They are probably related somewhere along the line, but they're not sisters. Livvy's quite a light colored lion, a little bit thicker set, has a personality of note, so curious about everything in the world. That's Livvy using the tree to sharpen her claws or just to exercise them, and to also get rid of any of the excess nail. Keeps the claws nice and sharp, nice deep grooves. I seriously can't even make that much of an indentation with my nail. Pathetic, eh? Weak. Vayetse is a 7-year-old male lion, so he's in his prime. He's in fantastic condition. Most of the girls would find him very sexy and attractive. If he was in the wild, he would probably have tenure over a pride. I would estimate Vayetse to weigh about 210 kilos, about 2 meters in body length from nose to the base of the tail, and then the tail is about another meter in length. When he's standing on the ground like that, his shoulder height is about 1.5 meters. There's not much fat on him. They have an incredible amount of loose skin on their bodies, and that is the result of this piece underneath called the belly fold. That's where all the loose skin hangs. So if I pull his skin here like I did, you can see his belly fold disappears, and that is thought to be helpful as a mechanism of protection when two male lions clash. So if you grab on something that's loose like that, the claws don't really penetrate, and there's very little damage done when the skin gives. But another interesting thing about Vayetse is he has absolutely incredibly massive paws. There's very few male lions that I have at the sanctuary who have paws as big as this. He's a real lover boy. He's a real gentle soul, and he loves nothing more than a head rub and a kiss and affection. Now he's finding it most delightful to roll around in some urine that either an antelope or some other herbivore is left behind, and he is just getting that smell all over him. It's almost like a catnip for lions, and the male lions especially love to roll around. There he goes, rolling it, my boy. It is fantastic. Maybe this is a good opportunity to talk about Jenny, who's also around about 6.5 years old. She's quite a slender, slight lioness, but don't let that fool you. she's got the stealth of a leopard and also the spring in her step of a leopard, as well as the mentality sometimes. When she focuses on something, she's going to go and get it. So she's quite agile because of her size. I'd say her weight is probably in the region of about 140, 145 kilos. Shoulder height is probably about 1 to 1.1 meter. Body length is probably about 1.3 meters. The tail length is probably about 0.6 to 0.7. She's actually quite a dark coloration. Almost got a reddish tinge to it. So that's how we can distinguish her. She's also got quite a big tuft on the end of her tail. But if you see her compared to Vayetse, she's quite slender and slight. She's a lot bigger than her. But you would expect a male lion to be a lot bigger than the female anyway. But here comes Livvy, and you can see that Livvy is quite substantially bigger than Jenny, or at least thicker set. Jenny doesn't like to be behind, she likes to be in front, and that's why she'll always try and lead. If I go ahead of her now, watch, I start to run. If I start to run, she runs in the opposite direction. Okay, and I've just been marked by a lion. So that means I'm Vayetse's for life. These days a lot of people are asking a question, why is it that I interact with the lions? Is it necessary? You know, surely we should have a hands-off approach. And my answer to that, I think, is the pros far outweigh the cons at this point in time. These animals would never ever get to do what they're doing now if there was no relationship, because they would merely be captive lions that have gone pretty wild in a cage. And every time you wanted to move them, you'd have to tranquilize or dart them. And for me, knowing lions the way I do for almost 2 decades now, they need so much more than that. So if you think you can just put a lion in a cage, give it food and water and a couple of enrichment toys and think you've done enough, personally I don't think you have. Just look at that. Look at the fun. I hope you enjoy getting to know those 3 lions. They really are incredible animals. Until next time, thanks a lot, everyone. Keep it up. Cheers.